The gentleman yields back. The gentleman from Virginia, Mr. Hurt.
Thank you,
is
Madam
recognized.
Chair. Welcome, witnesses all. Mr. Barofsky, are you familiar with an article that was written in the Washington Times this morning that talked about a survey that was conducted by a group called ProPublico?
I haven't read the Washington Times article. I am familiar with ProPublica's survey that they did of HAMP recipients. Is that
that's the one that's the subject that I'm talking about?
Oh, no, absolutely. We actually cited to it in one of our more recent quarterly reports.
Okay, and what was remarkable to me was their projection that during the progress of the HAMP program, that recipients were told to fall behind in order to qualify for the HAMP help. And based on their calculations, they figured that 500,000 of those who received the HAMP program assistance actually were told that. And I wanted you to comment on that and surmise as to whether or not you think that estimate's correct.
I can't speak on whether that estimate is correct or not, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, this has been one of the inherent problems of this program, is that the mortgage servicers who Treasury has entrusted with this program have done an abysmal job. I mean, there's universal agreement to that. But Treasury has done nothing to punish or penalize these servicers. So what you have is a program where these servicers routinely violate the rules, routinely violate the guidelines. And they're not supposed to ever tell a homeowner, oh, by the way, you should stop making payments. That's a direct violation of the rules. But we hear anecdotally time after time after time again that this has happened. So what is the Treasury Department's role in this? Well, they're enabling this behavior by not imposing financial penalties, by not trying to claw back funds, by not denying servicer payments. But they do nothing. And that is one of the reasons why I think this program is failing.
You could argue that the person they're trying to help is the one who gets hurt the most, because you could argue that certainly that some of these folks might not have got into the modification program if they had not been told to miss a payment so they could qualify for assistance.
Which is again why when Treasury cites as a success of this program the 1.4 or 1.5 now million homeowners who've received temporary modifications and say that they've all received a benefit, well, that just is so dead wrong, because there are so many that have suffered as a result of this program, have had the rug pulled out from under them.
Are there other examples of underhanded or wrong encouragement that was given by servicers other than the proposal that you fail to pay your mortgage so that you can qualify for the program?
I mean, we have heard and we've reported on, from our hotline, all sorts of different behavior. I mean, losing documentation is one of the most common errors, or whether intentional or not. But we've had homeowners who can document that their paperwork has been lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then they're pulled out of the program. They're kicked out of the program, even though they've made every payment on time. They're hit, as the chair said, they're hit not just with a bill for all of the difference between their trial payments and the amount original done, but late fees. I mean, homeowners are being hit with late fees, and Treasury permits this in their program. Late fees when they've never actually missed a payment, and all that.
But they're paying the trial modification amount.
Right. So So they make all those payments, but not only do they get hit with the difference, but with late fees,
right,
which Treasury allows. And then the servicer tacks all of that onto the mortgage balance, and they get that money first when there's a foreclosure, or if it goes into one of these proprietary modifications, which are vastly inferior. And I find it puzzling that Treasury continues to cite this as a success of the HAMP program when they cite these proprietary modifications so adoringly, when they would never qualify. They would be rejected as HAMP modifications.
And my time is about to expire, but I would love for if either Ms. Marquez or Mr. Stevens would like to comment on what he stated in terms of the what I would say fraudulent behavior. Is there anything you want to add to that, or those estimates?
Again, I would encourage you to work with the Department of Treasury that manages the HAMP program. I am not well versed enough in the details of those comments.
If I could add, we reported last year about concerns on equitable treatment of borrowers, and a borrower need not be delinquent to be considered for a HAMP modification. They could be current, but the servicer must then consider whether or not the borrower is in imminent danger of default. We recommended that Treasury establish criteria for making that determination, and Treasury has not done so. We found of the 10 servicers we visited, they had 7 different definitions for determining whether a borrower who is current should be considered for HAMP.
I thank the witnesses.
Gentleman yields back.